Tyson Fury taking on Oleksandr Usyk. How good a fighter do you think Usyk is?
I think Usyk's a very, very good boxer. He's technically sound. You know, he ticks all the boxes as a boxing man. You know, what can you say? He's a gold medalist in the amateurs, gold medalist. He's a unified world cruiserweight champion, and now he's a heavyweight world champion. So he's a good fighter, Usyk, and more so than as well, he's a very good human being, and he represents the heavyweight division very well. He's a very nice man.
And I say stars make fights. What about the two approaches of the boxers in that one? How you think? Do you think it's going to be a good fight?
I think it'll be a great fight. It's listen, whatever their tactics are, good luck to them, and hopefully, the best. Listen, there's no hiding in a boxing ring. May the best man win.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, well, good to talk.
And those are the words of Peter Fury as he breaks down Oleksandr Usyk and his breakdown of Oleksandr Usyk. And let me counterpunch. I think Peter Fury is probably one of the most civilized Furies. I don't know much about Huey because he doesn't really do a lot of interviews. But I think Peter Fury is by far he's the guy that talks more sensibly, and he really doesn't have a pony in the show because Tyson Fury is his nephew, not his son, okay? And I don't even know if it was his son, it would matter with Peter because I don't think Peter has this ego trip behind him. I don't think he cares. You get based on what it is, he's like, hey, he's this, he's that. He represents boxing well. And that's what I want to talk about for a minute. One thing about Usyk was a great representation of a champion because Usyk didn't cut corners. Usyk didn't cheat or avoid certain fights, okay? When you're a unified champion, you have to take on those mandatories, and they come at you, one after the other, sometimes at the same time. Because we know the IBF is kind of anal, and the WBC, they can't get their stuff together, and the WBA may be in between, okay? But as far as the WBO and all those others, you're going to have to fulfill those mandatories, and Oleksandr Usyk has done that. He's done that as a champion. He took on Daniel Dubois. He was going to soon take on whoever the WBO is. The IBF is right around the corner. You know what I mean? He defended it against Anthony Joshua after he took it from Anthony Joshua the first time. So, as far as he's defended it twice, and now he's going out for the total unification against Tyson Fury. And, Peter saying, I hope it'll be a good fight. That's a great way to promote the fight, first of all. And second of all, it's a way to show that, hey, Oleksandr Usyk's no slouch. He's a boxing man. He's an overall good guy. You know what I mean? So, there's nothing really bad you can say about him. That's all Peter's saying. And that's all a lot of people really say about Usyk. Usyk doesn't talk about people. He doesn't down people or diss people or, anything like that. He'll say what he feels a lot of times, and then at the same time, he's a joker, because he does do pranks and says like funny stuff that makes you think, okay, this guy has a personality too. But back to Peter. Peter believes that Usyk represents the heavyweight division like he should, and he should, and he does. And I think when you got a guy like that and he's done his job, there is not anything else you could really do. I remember a lot of people wanted him to fight Deontay Wilder. So, a lot of people, some people, should I say, not a lot, but some people was like, well, why'd you fight Deontay? Well, he had to fight Daniel Dubois before he fought Deontay Wilder, which was right, being a champion, because you don't skip corners just for money. You do what you're supposed to do as a champion, regardless of how much money is on the table. And that's exactly what he did, and he showed that, and I think he shows that each and every time, as long as he fights and as long as he wins and as long as he's champion. But it just goes to show you that, Peter Fury, if he, being a Fury, can see the goodness and the resilience and the skill set of Oleksandr Usyk. I think others can too. They just don't say it. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Peter Fury believing that Oleksandr Usyk is technically sound and a great representation of heavyweight boxing. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!